cracking, y'all? You are now watching Boo TV. Appreciate you for stopping in. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, stay notified, and let's get into the topic for today. What's up? Back with some more LeBron James reaction video content. So recently I reacted to a video from the Scap Attack channel, which does good parodies and comedies of LeBron James and other players as well, and does a variety of other things. But he has this, Jordan, the Michael Jordan documentary, The Last Dance. He seems to have started a series, at least with LeBron, called The Last Whatever. So the last one I reacted to was called The Last, what was that joint called? The Last Excuse. It was called The Last Excuse. Because there's always an excuse for LeBron James, right? This one, as you can see, is called The Last Flop. Now, not too long ago, I put out a video about LeBron James and his flopping. And I wouldn't have put this video out until this dude, it came out of LeBron James' mouth, claiming that he's not a flopper or it's not part of his MO to flop. Something along those lines. So I put out a video blasting this fool for being a blatant liar like he always does, be lying his ass off, and why, I don't know. Like, to think this video evidence doesn't exist. I know he's doing a good job at getting his little minions to erase a lot of evidence that works against his GOAT case, but you haven't erased everything yet. Not off the internet. So you can actually, I'll put the link to that video in the description of this video, if you want to check that out as well, my video about him flopping. But let's get into the last flop. I've spoke enough.
Throughout the history of sports, we have emulated, idolized, and admired the greatest of athletes, not simply due to their ability to captivate and wow us, to take our breath away over and over again, but to leave us with those enduring moments. Many of the greatest of greats have had signature moves, something they are synonymous with. Jordan, his ability to fly. Kobe, his penchant to make the impossible seem real. Kareem, to be unblockable. And LeBron James, the master of deception, with a near incomparable ability to bend the officials to his every whim, elevating the flop to new and never before seen heights. But in the wake of his latest playoff flameout, a humiliating sweep at the hands of the Denver Nuggets in the Western Conference Finals, LeBron hinted that he might be at the end of his basketball journey.
Got a lot to think about.
Speculation would only ramp up amid his cryptic Instagram post. Could this really have been it? The final charge of this legend, the last flop. And LeBron James has been wowing us for years with his proclivity to make seemingly routine contact look like the most egregious of flagrant fouls. Throughout his career, James has mastered this art form to such a precise degree that a player doesn't even have to touch him at all in order to sell the contact. But as impressive as his flop game has become, perhaps even more iconic is his ability to control the referees and even the league offices, to manipulate them as if some basketball Pied Piper. But as with all of the greats, this ability didn't just come naturally. He's been honing his skills and working tirelessly on his craft, getting in the reps when no one else is watching, getting better and better. And just like the other immortals he is compared with, LeBron has always been at his best in the postseason, showing off his most high-profile skill set when the stakes were at their highest. But perhaps the pinnacle of his career came in the 2016 NBA Finals. James was at the peak of his powers. When trailing 3-1 to the Golden State Warriors, it became evident the Cavs didn't have what it took to win the series under ordinary circumstances, as Cleveland didn't just lose 3 of the first 4 games, they got annihilated, losing Game 1 by 15 points, Game 2 by 33 points, and Game 4 by 11 points. But it would be in the waning moments of that loss in Game 4 that LeBron took matters into his own hands, utilizing his ability to manipulate, to swing the momentum of the series back in the direction of the Cavaliers. And after years of working and preparing for this moment, LeBron would seize it. engaging Draymond Green and flailing around before throwing Green to the ground and hopping over him, groin first. Incredible move. And while this interaction might have seemed fairly innocuous on the surface, as no technical or flagrant foul would be assessed on the court or upon review, the league offices would decide to intervene and retroactively issue Draymond a flagrant foul, suspending him for Game 5. A game Cleveland would ultimately win, shifting the momentum back to the Cavs and propelling them to 2 more wins in Game 6 and 7 to capture the NBA championship.
That one right there made you the greatest player of all time.
And while LeBron has received some undue criticism for his declining physical abilities in his aged 38 year, he still flashed glimpses during that Lakers-Nuggets series of the same brilliance we have all become accustomed to throughout his career. Look at the execution here, the commitment to his craft, not just flailing around and hitting the ground, but the follow-through, sliding all the way into the sideline. Outstanding form. So while some pundits may call for his retirement, and LeBron himself might play into this commentary as a publicity stunt to desperately shift the spotlight back onto him, LeBron clearly still has much more left in his tank and should certainly be back in an NBA arena next year, dazzling us with his signature and most iconic move.
Yeah, this guy be flopping his ass off. He really does. Make sure, go check out the video. I'll put the link to it in the description of this one. Go check it out because it has, I think, more video footage of LeBron James flopping and just calling his lying ass out. Always gotta make something up for no reason. I just don't understand it. I don't. And listen, this is an unpopular opinion about the whole Draymond Green situation back in 2016, but I felt like that suspension was absolute BS. Listen, if this guy really hit his nuts, LeBron James, of all people, would have been on the ground rolling around if this dude hit his nuts. Or the idea that he was trying to hit his nuts. LeBron James walked over him, and you know when somebody's walking away from you and just trying to get their attention, and just like, yo, what's up, man? Like, hey, man, wait up. Just like, that's all he was doing was extending his hand to, yo, man, why the hell you walk over me? And it so happened to be somewhere underneath his nether regions as LeBron James was walking over him. But I assure you, that's literally all it was. And he did not actually connect with LeBron James's ball sack. Anyway, that's how things played out. I mean, I had no stake in the series. I didn't care who won, but I thought that was BS and overblown. And the fact that like the guy said, it was evaluated and it was no big deal until afterwards the league officers got involved. But anyway, it is what it is. But yeah, this dude flopping is just a flippity, and that's not my MO, man. Like, I like old school basketball more. And basketball I grew up with in the 90s and mid to late 2000s, and then things started fading a little bit after that. Things started changing a lot. But it's not my MO, man. Like, flopping. Just play good defense. And I think it screws up the integrity of the game when you're trying to blatantly just sell egregious flops to the referee. Just play good defense. So it's all this flopping, man. And I remember the league started really finding people a lot for the flops. Now, I don't know if they're still doing it because I haven't been getting word that players have been getting fined for flops. Or maybe they're not putting them out publicly no more, but I don't know. It's ridiculous. I think teams should get penalized for it. Honestly, I think if it should get, when they see the player fall down, they should go to the replay, and if they think that this player flopped, then that's 2 free throws for the other team. Or 1 free throw in possession of the ball. Something. Penalize them. More than money. because you're tapping into their pockets and you're getting pennies, considering the amount of money these guys are getting for flops. Make them pay by putting points on the board. And give them a foul and points on the board. Send them to the free throw line. It's crazy, man. Anyway, that's all I gotta say about it. Thanks for stopping in. I'm really liking the Scap Attack channel so far. Very good at what they do. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, stay notified, and I catch you on the next one. We out, baby.